The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open. It's the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, coming up on today's show, we'll sit down with a powerful entrepreneur who rose to the top and continues to give back. Plus, hip-hop legends will join us. That's for a preview of an upcoming event celebrating the positive aspects of hip-hop culture. After that, jazzical fusion artist Greg Hines, he's going to join us to introduce us to his latest project, I Am Wolf. And then we'll find out about one group is doing to create awareness of urgent health problems in our community. You don't want to miss that one. And finally, City Controller Scott Stringer, he's going to be here. He's going to educate us on the work he is doing to shed some light on important issues in our community. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because we are now open. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. We've got a great show lined up for you today, but first, let's check in with our resident DJ, DJ Vince Bracey.
Diggity, Dr. Bob Lee. How you doing today, sir?
I see you all spiffy with the bow tie and everything. You got to go like this. Take two hands. Yeah, that's how you do it. You got some good music in the background for us today?
Yeah, you know, I got a lot of stuff, you know, trying to do some tributes to the hip hop, you know, founders that we have going on in the house tonight. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see some of these guys here.
Beautiful. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. Had a good time, you know, do my hosting thing. So I did a 60th birthday party for Rosalind. So happy birthday, Rosalind.
All right, there you go. So I did a boat ride. I did a couple of block parties.
You're outshining me, Bob.
What else did I do? A retirement party for transit.
Really?
One of the guys, well, a couple of people retired from transit, and we had fun at all of those things there.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was beautiful. But now we get back to work with our weekday stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anybody celebrating birthdays?
I got a bunch of birthdays for us today, Bob. So I want to say happy birthday to Paul Mooney is 73 years old today. I have Roger Clemens' picture is 52 years old. Dylan and Cole Sprouse from the Disney Channel, they're 22 years old. Marcus Houston is 33. Billy Bob Thornton is 59.
And here's a drummer.
Our President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, is 53 years old
today.
Hey,
so there you
happy
go.
Birthday, Barack.
You got to sing it. Happy birthday to you and many more. That's the abbreviated version of Happy Birthday.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you got the music for us, right?
All the time.
Laying in the cut, Vince Bracey. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Here we go. All right. No. Give him a big round. There you go. Yeah, clap real fast. Our first guest became an entrepreneur at the young age of, how old? 20. And he continues to work hard and give back to the community. And we are pleased to be joined today by Gerard Barrett. He's the principal and founder of Prime Learner Companies. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So you've been doing this for a little while. You've been thinking about doing it for a longer period of time, right? Then
Correct.
You finally said, hey, let me put my gloves on, roll up my sleeves, and take care of business. How did you find out that this is what you want, the area that you wanted to go into?
So before I went to college, it was a seed planted in me by my brother that I wanted to be in real estate and that I was going to own real estate. So, you know, luckily while in school, I found some ways, saved some money, and ventured in.
Mm. But you didn't always want to be in real estate. Give us a little background on you.
So previously, before getting into real estate, basketball was my life. You know, I loved playing basketball as a young child. It helped expose me to so much, you know, and it allowed me the opportunity to go to school here in New York at Columbia University.
All right.
And while there, I got a great education, economics degree, and determined and decided to venture into real estate while there. So it was a business I was able to start in my junior year.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that economics degree is going to come in handy with your real estate projects going forward.
Yes.
But you were about 6'8", 6'9"?
Yes. I'm pretty tall.
All right. So you said, basketball. I'm going to leave that there. I want to do business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So while in school, I made a shift and segue after my sophomore year that I wanted to concentrate in real estate. Real estate offered me an outlet to be creative, and really at that time I really wanted to be financially independent, and that was something that I knew was the next phase in life for me. And
did you watch all those programs, those late night programs, and get all the books and the materials on how to do real estate and how to buy and sell and the fixer-uppers and all of that stuff?
I did. One of the first books I read was Guide to Investing in Real Estate by Andrew McLean. It was a staple. It's like the real estate Bible. Anybody who comes work for me reads that book. So, I did a lot of background information, a lot of market research before venturing in.
Yeah. Are you looking for people to come and work for you?
Always. We're always looking for talented people, prime lender companies. We're rooted in Newark, New Jersey, bringing jobs back to the community and looking to continue to grow and foster our footprint in the community.
Talk about your company, Prime Lender.
Yes. So Prime Lender Companies is a vertically integrated real estate investment firm that specializes in mid-rise apartment buildings. So we own, manage, and operate these buildings. And we love what we do. We're in the midst of renovating a great hospital in Newark, New Jersey. Yeah. Historically hospital for women and children. It's going to be 23 apartments with a retail ground floor, and it's going to be a wonderful, great project. So
maybe we'll get down there for the ribbon cutting.
Yes, for sure. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we'll want to host that. You bring the music. I'll use the mic. You use the music, and bring the bow tie, and we'll make it happen. So this is really happening. I mean, you're helping a lot of people because people have to have somewhere to live.
Yes.
They have to have some roof over their heads.
Yes.
So this is wonderful. And plus you're doing retail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's always been a passion of ours to recreate, reposition, and rebrand the housing stock in Newark. Newark has a big stigma, right? You hear Newark, New Jersey, and you don't really hear a lot of people rushing to go there. But we look at that as a great opportunity to recreate and reposition a place that used to be a wonderful place to go. And we're just helping in that effort, that new renaissance of Newark, and putting better housing back to Newark. Yeah,
you have a new mayor there, Raz Baraka.
Yes, we do.
He just celebrated over at the Robert Treat Hotel.
Yes, I was there.
You were there?
Yes, I was. Okay. It was a great celebration. Mary J. Blige was there. The town came out. It was a wonderful celebratory event.
Faith Evans.
Yes, to welcome our new mayor. So it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Is he helping you with some of your projects? Do you have
currently, we are working with the administration. They are doing a lot in the community, and we're just looking to be as helpful as we can here in their first 100 days and welcome the new mayor and help them as much as possible.
I mean, it would be wonderful because, you hear a lot. I have a scanner, so I scan different cities, find out what's going on, and there's a lot happening in Newark, New Jersey.
Yes,
it's wonderful for, for it to turn around with public pride and economic development and things of that nature. Shaquille O'Neal came in and purchased something.
Yes.
Didn't he do a theater over there?
Yeah, so Shaquille O'Neal, along with other celebrities, but Shaquille O'Neal and the Wasim Barea group is doing a tower near NJ Pack.
Yeah.
And that's a very exciting project. There's a lot happening downtown. We have Whole Foods coming right downtown to Broad Street. Shaquille O'Neal's doing a project. There's a Teacher Village project. So there's a lot of development happening in Newark right now. It's an exciting time to be there. And we're lucky and happy to be a part of it.
You said your brother motivated you. What was it? Him partially?
Yes, my brother. Obviously anybody who had an older brother was very, very competitive. And at the time when he was in school, he started his own business, and he planted a seed in me that his peers were owning in real estate while in college, and that stuck with me. And it's something that was a goal of mine I was able to achieve. So I owe a lot to him as well.
See, starting a business at an early age
Yes.
and got it up and popping on and cooking,
Yes.
you know, however you want to say it. It's happening.
It is. And I'm lucky because I get the opportunity to create and mold an atmosphere where people can come, learn, and just give back whatever their talent may be.
Yeah. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs looking to do what you do?
So I tell everybody to start with education. Get educated. You don't know what you don't know. So you just have to venture out and start. And secondly, I would tell them stick with it, because there's going to be stumbling blocks. There's going to be people that put you down, tell you don't know what you're talking about, or telling you that you don't know what you're getting into. But that's okay, you know. You know, nothing beats a failure but a try, so you have to do it.
And if you stick with something long enough, something always happens.
Yes.
So make sure it's positive.
Yes, that's true.
How can we get in touch with you? Is there a number or website?
So my website is www.prime.learner.com, and you can also find me on Twitter, Gerard, Gerard K Barrett, Barrett.
There you go. Gerard Barrett. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Principal, Prime Learner. Woo! There you go.
Thank you.
Great work.
Thanks
I
for
need
having
your
me.
card.
Okay.
All right, we got to take a quick break right here, but coming up, we'll sit down with the hip-hop legends and get a preview of an upcoming Bronx event you won't want to miss. But first, well, would you like to, we want to let you know. You know about it? We want to let you know about August, Tuesday in August the 5th, is America's National Night Out Against Crime. For details on where you can join your local leaders and neighbors, visit bronxboroughs.com or bronxboroughpres.nyc.gov. Here it is again, bronxboroughpres.nyc.gov. All righty? We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
Hello, I'm Dante Lemon from Open 2.0 on BronxNet, the show by teens, for teens, and about teens. Catch us every Friday at 4:30 and anytime on the web by going to www.bronxnet.org.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. And August 23rd, the first annual International Hip Hop Parade is going to take place in hip hop's birthplace, right here at the Boogie Down BX. And joining us to share more is the first DJ to scratch on wax, Grand Wizard Theater, and Pizarro. Al Pizarro's in the house. Yes, indeed. Al, IHNP.
IHHP, absolutely.
That's two H's. And it stands for?
International Hip Hop Parade.
Beautiful. All right, tell us about it.
Wow, it's a nonprofit organization put together to show the positiveness of hip hop. Hip hop has all different kind of faces, right?
First of its kind, too, right?
Unbelievable history being made right now in the Bronx, where it started from. And we got all the board members of all the people who started hip hop. So Africa Mabala, Sal, Telegram with the Theodore, Tony Tone from the Cocos, Charlie Chase, Jazzy Joyce. I mean, the list goes on.
I like getting out and hosting these big hip hop things. I got one tonight at Wingate Field in Brooklyn, but I did a big one in Brooklyn last month, and it just kept going until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Artists kept coming out. Wow. Scoop, everybody just kept going out.
It's amazing how this culture had expanded.
Yeah.
It's all over the world, Bob.
It is. I found out a long time ago when this Chinese person came in with a boom box. We were all presenting. It was in college. We were all presenting something a project that we were working on, and it was about it was a culture program. And she came in. She had the boom box, and she put the tape in. The music started going like,
wow.
And so everybody was whopping their necks to the beat and everything. And all of a sudden, the person started rapping.
Wow.
But they were rapping in Chinese.
Wow.
I said, oh, wow. And I just noticed right then and there that this is worldwide.
Yeah.
Hip-hop that started in our communities, internet went worldwide.
Yeah.
They probably got Martians up there doing it too.
One nation under a groove, as Africa Bambaataa say, one nation under a groove. We may not speak the same languages, but once that beat comes on, it's like everybody becomes one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the hip hop culture doesn't only have music. It includes
graffiti, breakdancing,
clothes, breakdancing,
the DJing part,
fashion,
knowledge, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing it for a long time, and you're still on the ones and twos.
Oh yeah. I feel so blessed to still be here, man, and to be a part of something that's bigger than I am with the International Hip Hop Parade. I'm just feel so blessed to be a part of this, man. I'm loving this.
Yeah. How's this going to look? What can people expect when they come to this hip hop parade, the International Hip Hop Parade? Because people are going to start coming from all over the world when it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. The first thing is that it's going to comprise of all of that. It's not going to be just American hip hop. It's going to be the reggaeton, the dembow, all those kind of different, everything that's happening all over the country, all different cultures, bringing it all in so everybody could get a taste of it. And all those cultures go together. We got Latin reggaeton DJs, hip hop DJs, turntablism. I mean, we have all that stuff coming up forward. And I'm really appreciative of Fat Joe and Biz Markie that lend themselves to this. Yeah. This is big.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So they're going to have like trucks coming by with DJs on different trucks playing different sounds, different music?
You're going to have different flows coming down. We got to give a shout out to Metro Plus because they're sponsoring the Pioneers float.
Yes.
All right. But different floats coming by. And we will stop a float to perform for the people right
at
there.
the bandstand.
Right there. Yeah. So they're going to perform. There are going to be 2 stages. So everybody's going to be able to see something. Everybody's going to enjoy it. It's going to be for everybody. Come out. Everybody come out.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Give everybody the date again.
August 23rd from 11 to 5 p.m.
11 to 5.
On Basket Avenue.
Basket Avenue. And it's going to go up?
It's going to go from the Cross Sponsor's Expressway to Claremont.
In the Boogie Down Bronx.
Claremont.
If you start seeing these posters, if you start seeing them, put them up. Somebody gives you one, put them up.
There you go. Oh, look at that. All right. I love both of them. They're real cool. Real cool. Biz Markie and Fat Joe doing their thing.
Yes.
Side by side. The boombox in between.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Radio Raheem may pop up, you know.
Hey.
Yes. It's going to be food. It's going to be food, fun, bring the kids out so that, the kids can be educated on what real hip hop is and the difference between the hip hop music and the rap music, because there's a lot of misconceptions about hip hop music, and hip hop music is about peace, love, unity, and having fun.
That's right.
It's not about glorifying drugs. It's not about disrespecting your elders. It's not about disrespecting women. It's about peace, love, unity, having fun. It's about one nation under a groove, and that's the image that we need to reiterate in everyone's mind.
Absolutely, that's the way it should be too. It kind of took a turn for a little bit, but I think the things that you guys are doing, you're going to straighten all that stuff out.
Oh yes,
This is what hip hop is.
You can bring your kids.
You can
to
bring
these
your kids.
events.
No one's going to be cursing.
The language, the appearance, and all that stuff is appropriate for a family. I mean, we all got kids.
Yeah.
So we're very mindful of that.
Right. But we never used to rap about crazy things back then. We rapped about food, what was happening in our community, things like, or battle, but we never really kicked it where it was like, I'm gonna shoot you in the head and all that stuff.
It took a turn, but we have to veer that turn back on the right track, and we're definitely going to do that, because hip hop is not dead, because we're not dead. We're still here, so hip hop is not dead.
Why is it so important to showcase the positive side of hip hop?
Look at what the news does. Everything is negative. Somebody does this over here, somebody does that over there, bam. But if we do something anywhere in the community, health-wise, reaching out to the kids, educational, talking to people, talking to gang members, all kind of stuff like that, where's it at? It's not in the news.
Yeah.
So,
but it's happening.
It's happening.
It's being done.
all over the place. I mean, look at the LL Cool J, Ice-T. How many positive images do we got on TV already? Queen Latifah and stuff coming from hip-hop. Come on, it's about time, and this is the perfect place, because this is where it started from. So you know how you always go back home to mom? There's a problem, you always go back home to mom? Hey, come back home to mom.
I thought we were DJing. Didn't it start over in Queensbridge?
Let's all meet, okay? Let's all meet together.
Bob trying to start that now. Got my mind working now,
we were doing stuff in Queensbridge. As a matter of fact, I played at the Fever.
Wow.
Sal.
Sal will tell you.
Yeah.
It was disco. We were disco hip-hop. Disco hip-hop.
Wow.
Look,
wow.
It's an amazing thing what happened, and we're just thankful that the 48, the 4-2, or the political process, everything has just been so supportive, and we're very thankful for that. And we want everybody to understand, safe event.
Yeah, this is going to be beautiful. We all have hip-hop backgrounds. Before we go, share a little bit about yours, and then you follow.
Well, I used to run a record pool called Sure Record Pool and VIP Record Pool.
Yes.
And breaking all the hip hop records back from Sugar Hill Gang and Treacherous 3 and all those things.
I think he still is, right?
You still got me in there?
Lifetime member. And eventually started working for Interscope Records and started breaking the artists like Eminem and Dre and people like that. And now I branched off. I do the Jerome Gun Hill Bit Festival. I've been doing it for now going on 13 years. That's going to be September 20th. So doing the community stuff and the background that I have, International Hip Hop Parade. Of course, my vice president, Tony Tone, from the Cold Crush.
Yes, shout out to Tony Tone.
Cold Crush.
Shout out to Tony Tone.
And of course, you have an extensive background.
Oh, yes. I mean, getting into this art form, this culture we call hip hop through my brother Mean Gene and Grandmaster Flash. And then we went on to form our own group called the L Brothers. And then after the L Brothers, I formed the Fantastic Five. And then after that, I went on to make the first hip hop movie called Wild Style. And then I went on to make another movie called Scratch. Traveled around the world 3 times. I'm Curtis Blow's DJ, Roxanne Shantae's DJ, Big Daddy Kane's DJ, KRS-One's DJ. I'm just so blessed to still be here. And after I created the Scratch in 1975 and the Needle Drop, it's just been like the history, Now,
you don't hear too much about the Needle Drop.
Yeah.
You don't hear too much about
it. Go on YouTube, watch the Needle Drop and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm just feel so blessed to still be here, because a lot of people that put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this culture, into this art form we call hip hop, is not here no more.
Yeah.
And I carry those people's spirit with me every time I perform on the stage. So big shout out to them.
Yes. One more thing, I'm going to take you inside. Was it tough for you to make the transition from wax to your computer stuff?
Yeah, because getting on the airplane and stuff like that with all your crates of records, the airlines got like kind of hip. They started charging you $45 for one crate, $150 for the next crate.
And started weighing the stuff.
Yeah. So it really got crazy. So by us doing the MP3s and stuff like that, I could just take my computer on the airplane with me with my hard drive and just keep it moving.
I see guys out there with just. I'm not going to show you right now, but you can mix from your iPhone.
Yeah. It's really incredible. And I have this watch on right now. It's actually MP3s. I got my
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So
you can go to somebody's party and plug in and
plug and play. Yeah. Once I plug in, all 8 gigs of my music pop up, and I can just do my thing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to get with you on that one. I don't have that one yet. Dick Tracy calling Go Gomez.
That's a good one.
Thank you so much. Yes, give them a big round of applause, everybody. Grand Wizard Theodore, the first DJ to scratch on wax, and Al Pizarro, the president of IHHP, which is
International Hip Hop Parade.
And you're going to want to go there. It's
August 23rd. All right, Bathgate Avenue.
That's right. From 11 to 5. Make sure you're there. Check it out. Is there a website we can go to?
Yeah, www.ihhparade.org.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys. I love you guys so much.
Thank you, too, man. We love you, too, man.
All right. We got to take a short break right here. We'll be right back. So don't go nowhere. Got a whole lot in store for you. Our next guest is the leader of Jazzical Fusion. It's a group, it's an Urban Wolf Symphony, and he joins us to share more about his latest project. We welcome Greg Hines. Hey, Greg.
Hello, Bob. How are you? How are you?
Tell us about this the fusion that you started.
Well, Urban Wolf Symphony is basically a merger of many genres. We tend to call it jazz fusion because for me labels are kind of hard because I've done almost every genre except maybe death metal or something like that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like jazz just comes from a very pure place. So it's basically you have jazz, you have some rock, you even have some hip hop influences, a little bit of electronica every now and then, not too much, but some of the stuff is like the classic jazz, like maybe the Miles or the Coltrane type stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is forward thinking. We have a couple of tracks that you kind of blow your mind a little bit, like whoa, I never thought of going there.
I understand.
But it's definitely jazz at heart, but just good music.
I love jazz. I mean, they still have WBGO in New Jersey. That's traditional jazz.
Yes.
Do you deal with more traditional jazz or contemporary?
Some of the songs are traditional. but a lot of it's contemporary. You know, we have this one song, I Am the Wolf, which is the title track. Sounds like a 1920s gangster theme, so it's very much a traditional jazz song. But then you have stuff like Man vs. Machine, which is, you know, has some nods at electronica, but then you hear the clarinet lead and you're like, whoa, this is kind of, you know, this is kind of hearkening back to the old days of jazz and old instrumentation. But at its heart, there's like about maybe 95% live instrumentation with this album, which is kind of unheard of nowadays.
Improv and everything?
Improv, everything. It's like the solos are improv. I don't want anybody to go with charts with the improv. It's like I basically lay down a foundation, and then I let my soloists do their thing, the guitarist and the sax player or the woodwind players, and I just let them free and express themselves. So,
beautiful.
You know.
So give us a little bit of background on you, Greg.
Well,
how did you get into this, and how did you come into the Urban Wolf Symphony?
Well, actually, my background, believe it or not, I was a break dancer, loved music, but just being kind of a control freak in my own way, wanted to make my own music. So I started out trying to be a DJ, but that wasn't my thing. I got a guitar, fell in love with that, became a keyboardist and a producer.
Always involved in music.
Always involved in music in some way, but it all came from the love of dancing and music itself. But I became a producer and did many projects. I released like 23 albums. Yes.
But you guys playing in the
That's
backyard?
Us, playing outside the studio. We just kind of jamming there.
So let's take this out of the basement, right?
Yeah, take it out of the basement and just kind of get some fresh air and, you know. But it just came from the love of just doing music. And, you know, I released like 23 albums in different genres over a 15-year period.
Beautiful.
But with Urban Wolf Symphony, it was like, look, you know, I need to do something to express myself and to take it back to the beginning for me. So in this group, live, I play drums, I play bass. So I'm not just a producer behind the scenes. It's like I'm actually at the heart of what I'm doing and being a musician.
So there's three of you guys.
There's a quartet live. There's usually a sax player who also plays woodwinds, Rich Ryder, who's an Emmy Award-winning composer in his own right. And then also, in some cases, we have DJ Soulbuck, who's the DJ for Diggable Planets. He's on board. So it's basically 5 of us in a lot of cases.
So jazz organization with a jazz
DJ.
group with a DJ.
On some occasions.
You don't see that. Yeah,
you don't see that too much,
often.
no.
Yeah.
But that's me. I always have to put a different spin on things, you know. So we're
Probably
just prepared for whatever.
Your love of wanting to be a DJ, right?
Yes,
Let's put a DJ in.
I love DJ culture. I love turntablism. I love all that. Anytime I can incorporate that, I do incorporate that in whatever I do. You know, hip hop is at my heart of a lot of things that I do, even the way I produce and everything else. I just have that in my mind.
You coming to the parade?
Definitely. I definitely will be there. So that's like kind of my mentality as a youth, you know, but because hip hop takes from so many different genres, it made me love other genres. Like I say, well, where'd this sample come from? Let me go research. Oh, Miles Davis. Oh, James Brown. So it made me love all types of music, you know. Maybe it was a Billy Squier drum sample. I'd go listen to Billy Squier. So when I produce, I might have a metal guitarist, but he comes in, oh, I have a jazz background. I didn't know that. I thought you did metal guitar. Well, I need to have you in Urban Wolf. You need to do this. And some other guy. So we have guys from different genres, but they all end up having a jazz background. And me, I learned from the jazz band in high school because I couldn't take music lessons. I was an academic student. So I used to like skip lunch in high school and sit in with the jazz band.
Oh, yeah.
Which, believe it or not, Faith Evans was in our jazz band. She was the singer for the jazz band in my high school.
She was singing jazz.
She sang jazz in high school, and
I can see that, like a you know, Billie Holiday type of.
Yeah, she was in junior high. She was like in 7th, but I was in 12th, and the funny thing about me and her, we'd have beatbox battles.
Oh yeah,
we'd do all this stuff. It was pretty funny. But
how did that sound?
It would sound amazing. She beat me every time because you know she was beautiful and she's a girl and I was a guy and I just lose no matter what I did.
She was doing jazz. I didn't know she was doing the beatbox either.
Definitely, and it's funny because just that exposure to jazz, even at the early age, that kind of got me in that whole mindset. So whenever I'd be doing some other genres, I'd always come back to the jazz. Like when I was in a real mellow place and a real like peaceful place, I'd do a jazz album. So it ended up being this thing where it's like, kind of a peaceful place. Because for me, my production name is Brother Noise, the Mad Musician.
Brother Noise.
The Mad Musician. And
DJ Brother Noise.
No DJ. I can't claim that. Too many people claiming DJ these days that aren't DJs, so I'm not going to be one of those. But what I called my first jazz album I ever did was Lost Works of a Mad Musician. Because I wasn't a mad musician when I did my jazz. I was just Greg L. Hines. I was just myself.
Right.
Because jazz came from the purest place inside me. It's just a pure expression of how I feel.
Beautiful. So you've been doing this for a while. How many albums you got?
I've done 24 albums in the past 30 years. I've done this since I was 15 professionally.
Yeah.
Working with like the top people, in music, just, been afforded that.
Are you still performing out?
Yeah, still performing out.
Where can we come see you?
Sophia's Italian Grill on 48th and 6th on August 6th, 7 to 10. We'll be performing. We'll be doing improv, which, a lot of people don't do that anymore, but we're doing improv. And we're also doing a couple songs from the album, which is where the DJ comes in. It's also going to be a listening party as well. Okay.
Is that the listening party you're talking about?
Yes, that's it. That's it. You got me.
For more information, you go to
www.urbanwolfsymphony.com.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks
you
as
for
well.
coming on, okay? Come back again. Urban Wolf Symphony, Greg Hines, the leader, Urban Wolf Symphony. Thank you so much. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got to take a quick break right here, but coming up next, we'll find out about an event aimed to keep you healthy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So you heard of the Chewbacca fish?
Yeah.
Chewbacca who? Well, you heard of the Chewbacca fish, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And just so the people at home know, describe it real quick for us.
Describe what?
A fish that flies out of the water, almost like a rocket. It goes like 12 feet in the air, and then what happens is it comes back down before it hits the water. It flies into people's neck and starts biting you in the neck and in the face.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If it's out there, I'm gonna catch it on camera because I've been out here with my camera for years.
You know how the Chewbacca fish works? What happens is it shoots it like rockets out of the water, 5 feet in the air, and then as it jumps, it jumps, and then what happens 5 feet in the air, comes down, right before it hits the water, it does a one of these moves and flies into your neck and starts biting you and stuff.
Nah, they don't have the fish like that out here, do they?
Yeah, it's the Chewbacca fish. That's what
they have it out here in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then what happens is right before it comes and hits the water.
Yeah, he tried to hit somebody.
Exactly.
Llegaron los caballos. ¡Huépame! Mira, yo te vi con ese teléfono. ¡Suelta el teléfono!
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Sound like I'm on the radio, right? Hey, on August the 16th, the American Diabetes Association will host the Feria del Zulia.
La Feria de Salud.
Say it again.
La Feria de Salud.
La Feria de Salud. Rising awareness of urgent health problems. And joining us now to share more is Delcia, Doctora, Delcia Granville. She's the chair of the American Diabetes Association. Por tu familia the program. Say program in Spanish.
El programa.
Programa. Okay, we welcome you to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
We are so excited about the Feria de Salud, por tu familia.
Yes, I love the way you say it.
You said it very nice.
Yes. Feria del Salud.
La Feria de la Salud es una feria que we do it every year right here in the Bronx in St. Mary's Park.
Oh, yes.
149th and St. Anne's Avenue.
Very familiar with the park there.
Well,
There's a lot of
we
things
bring
to pass.
a lot of joy. We bring entertainment, but most important, we bring awareness about diabetes.
Diabetes. Now, diabetes is a big problem our community.
We have a big problem right here in the Bronx.
Why is it so big?
Well, the main reason is people are not aware they have diabetes, the management of the diabetes. They have diabetes, but they don't take the medicine, eating right, exercising. So I think that when we bring this energy or Latino, because everything we do is a Latino with the music, the food, we teach about how to eat healthy. We do a screening, and last year alone, we have 10 people who were being taken to the hospital just because they were screening.
From the screening,
Just from the screening, they were...
Because people don't know.
They just don't know, exactly. And this is why we're here. We wanted to show in a nice Latino way, with the music and the phone and the education, how to eat healthy. For example, when people drink soda, they normally give to the children like a can of soda. It's about 140 grams of sugar. This is what it is. This is what it is. It's about 10 teaspoons of sugar in every can of soda. But will you drink that normally? So we're eating candy. We're drinking candy every single time.
And what does that do for a person that doesn't know they have diabetes?
Well, what it does is that people start feeling they have to urinate a lot, they have blurred vision, they're thirsty. And eventually, the person passed out because the sugar level could go to 800, 400. You have to have a sugar level about 126. And that would be great for everybody. So the family in the Bronx, we want to bring that energy. Every year, we bring this energy. And this year, more than anything, we're going to have a chef that is going to demonstrate how to cook healthy. We're going to have a lot of screening. We have about 33 community-based organizations, all the hospitals in the Bronx, all the people in the Bronx, everybody is energized.
So you don't have to go to a hospital to get screened or get checked. You just come to this location
just
right
come
here,
We
and
have
you can find out right on the spot.
We even have podiatrists to show the feet, because people with diabetes, it's a lot of problems that happen from head to toe. The side, the neurological problem, the skin. It's a lot of things that happen. Heart disease. Do you know that from everyone that has chronic diabetes, they die from heart disease and stroke?
Wow.
It's amazing. I mean, and we are so excited. Thank you for taking us.
And there's two types of diabetes. There's type 1 and type 2.
Well, the
type 1 is hereditary?
It's genetic, and there are other unknown causes. But type 2 is something that you could prevent. It's genetic and also lifestyle. You have a history, and if you diet, you know, we're eating more, so we teach how to eat healthy. A portion, like what is the portion? So get the fish. If you're going to eat a lot of fruit and vegetable, half of your plate have to be fruit and vegetable, then protein and carbohydrates. So we're eating a lot of carbohydrates.
We're eating for taste because we like the arroz con pollo and all this stuff.
We love a lot.
Yeah. And everything, that's good in moderation, but if you eat the same things every day.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
Hereditary, that means your parents have been eating it too, so it's in their system, it's in their cells and genes. And so it gets passed on to the baby.
Definitely. And the other thing, the most important thing is that you could eat whatever you like, but you have to be in moderation. A lot of fruit and vegetable go from the farm to the table.
That's why you look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
It's
the Latin
Is it safe to say guapa?
Muy guapa, yes. Gracias.
Or que linda.
Que linda, guapa. I take all those compliments. Just give it to me. Bring it on.
You go. So we're going to have a wonderful event here. It's an event where you can go at St. Mary's Park and create the awareness that, you know, you may be traveling around or walking around and not knowing that there's something getting ready to happen or happening within your body. And this is a wonderful place to go get screened and get checked.
Also, I wanted to bring attention to the children. We have a high incidence of diabetes in children, so we are very concerned because in 2050, every one Latino is going to be suffering from diabetes if you don't take care of that.
Yes. And this is all from foods that we eat.
Foods that we eat, lifestyle, exercise. We have to get out of the sulfate, and we have to walk to the park. We have a beautiful park. St. Mary's Park is beautiful. So get out there and walk, get out there and change your lifestyle, because we all could prevent diabetes and we all could manage our diabetes.
Exercise, drink a lot of water, be careful what you eat. limit your salt intake, your sugar intake, and all of that stuff.
And always check your blood work. When you go to the doctor, always ask for the AC1. That's a test that tells you if you suffer from diabetes or not.
Okay. Before we go, anything else you want to let our public know?
Oh, of course, I wanted to tell the public that they are all welcome to be there. We wait for them to be there, and we are going to be creating this awareness. So thank you so much for having us today.
Now, you say it in Spanish.
Por tu familia. El programa Por tu familia. Por tu familia. For your family. You have to be there for your family.
Por tu familia.
Por tu familia.
Yes. Okay. Now say the whole thing in Spanish real fast.
El programa de salud por tu familia es un programa especial que vamos a tener o que tenemos la Asociación Americana de la Diabetes para ayudar a los consumidores que vayan a chequearse, que vayan a tomarse el test, que vayan a examinarse en St. Mary's Park, la Feria de Salud, y los esperamos con música y todos allá.
Beautiful. 107.5 WBLS. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Dr. Delcia Granville. She's the chair of the American Diabetes Association. We got to take a quick break right here, but up next, Comptroller Scott Stringer. He's here. He's going to join us for a look at his recent findings. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't want to.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. Hey, you know, our next guest is the City Comptroller, Scott Stringer, and he's here to join us today for a breakdown of his latest reports. We welcome you to the show.
Great to be here.
We go way back from
in the day.
Assembly days, from Manhattan Borough President, and now Comptroller. Well, you know, and I always see you out there in the community. I'm a community person. At the parade, you always have your sleeves rolled up and out in the crowd, shaking hands and kissing babies.
We've done the Harlem parades, the Bronx parades. We've been out there. But it's great to live in this city, right?
It is.
It's really amazing.
So you uncovered some wonderful things here. You have a number of reports. Tell us about this claim report.
So we did a report, and we're in a process called ClaimStat. Not to be confused with ComStat. You know, Bill Bratton came up with ComStat back in the day to sort of zero in on what was going on in precincts to reduce crime. Our ClaimStat idea is really modeled after that. Basically, what we're trying to figure out is how to reduce claims against the city. Right now, taxpayers pay something like $800 million because people are suing the city and winning judgments. Now, I certainly understand people have the right to sue, and they should, but you shouldn't have to, by claiming the same lawsuit over and over again, well, maybe the city agency should get its act together and do a better job.
Yeah.
So what we found is that claims against the police department is the highest claim against the city, some 36%.
Yeah.
Those claims are the highest in the Bronx. So part of what ClaimStat does is identify the precincts where there have been issues with the police and constituents and why those police precincts have the most claims. And in these times, when we're trying to figure out how to deal with policing and citizens, we should put as much in ClaimStat as we do in CompStat.
Yeah.
Because if we could reduce lawsuits, that means we're taking care of police brutality issues or other issues and the like. But it's not just limited to the police. Department of Environmental Protection. If you have a claim against the city because your house got flooded, your apartment got flooded, these are all issues, and we can use the data from ClaimStat as a way of reducing the city's exposure to lawsuits and also making better policy decisions.
So it's designed for?
It's designed for government agencies like the Department of Environmental Protection, Health and Hospital Corporation, NYPD, to take a look at where these claims are coming from. My goal as controller is to try to reduce the amount of money we're paying out to claims. Think about it, just in the past year, $674 million. Now, some of that money we have to pay out. But my guess is if we did a better job in our agencies stopping some of these lawsuits because we changed a policy or we changed a program, well, that's a whole lot of more money that can go to schools, daycare centers, helping people get by.
So the police department, for instance, how do you change that, and how do you get them to eliminate or reduce some of those claims?
Because this is actually very helpful to the NYPD, because where you have problems in certain precincts, right? I mean, we could tell you the precincts in the Bronx that have the most incidents, most claims against the city. So then you go look at those precincts. You find out who the bad actors are. You say maybe there are procedures that are not being followed in certain precincts as opposed to other precincts. It's all broken down by my office. So we just rolled out 5 agencies, NYPD, DEP, HHC, and others. We're now going to roll out another set of agencies. This is to inform the public. This is to make government better. And it's also a way for us to save money in these tough financial times, so we can use these resources.
And I'm glad you're bringing it to light. You're creating this awareness because people need to know. People need to know. Agencies need to know so they can make changes and make corrections.
Yeah, this is not to go after an agency or say, "Hey, gotcha."
Yeah.
This is to say, look, this is where people are suing your agency, and here's the reason why. And we can show you the data. So maybe the commissioner or an agency head can say, you know, if we did something differently, we could prevent that. That's what the Health and Hospitals Corporation did.
Yeah.
They actually put in risk management processes and a whole host of ways to reduce the claims. And you know what? It's had an impact on our Health and Hospital Corporation.
Yeah, maybe they should put somebody in charge and say, hey, you know, these are some of the things we need to look at to make changes so that we wouldn't have so many claims.
That's right.
So you also did some other things. You found out recently you conducted a school overcrowding audit. What were your findings on that?
1/3 of our schools are overcrowded. Our kids are going into classrooms where, you know, it's just too many kids, only one teacher, and not enough resources.
Yeah.
So we said to the Department of Education, take a look at this data. 1/3 of the schools are overcrowded. Some schools are overcrowded 167% or 200%. Those kids aren't going to be able to learn the way other kids in smaller classes. So I believe class size matters. You know, we went to public school. We all know that those classes can get, you know, a lot of kids in the class, but you can't have a tipping point where the kids can't learn and the teachers can't teach. So this report, again, is another awakening for the Department of Education to say, look, we've got to do a better job finding school space, working with community-based organizations, making sure that we have class sizes that fit the needs of all of our children.
What do we need? New buildings or more schools?
Well, we certainly need more schools. We certainly need more schools in different communities, and we need to engage parents and local leaders on these issues.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I learned when I was borough president, people used to say to me at the Department of Education, well, there are no overcrowded school districts. And I went and did my first report. And they were right. School districts were not overcrowded. Neighborhoods were overcrowded. And that's the same thing we're seeing in the Bronx, we're seeing throughout the city. Neighborhood schools are overcrowded. And the way we deal with that is by, again, as controller looking at the data, going to DOE and saying we got to do a better job here.
All right, so to have the information, how do we make the corrections?
Well, that's the public policy question. One of the things that we're looking at as I build out the controller's office in the first year is I want to do audits that get a positive result, that create opportunities to change same old. That's why ClaimStat is so novel, because now not only can we reduce claims, but perhaps we can weigh in on some of the police community issues. I want to make sure that when we talk about education and pre-K, we're also making sure that we don't have 35, 40 kids in a class. This is all, I think, the kind of conversation we need to have.
You're doing a wonderful job creating this awareness. Now, I've heard that you put together something wonderful, and our pension funds are doing fantastic.
Well, this was a good year. So for those who have pensions, the return we brought in was 17.4%. We got a long way to go to make our pension system better funded, but this is a good start, and we've just hired a great chief investment officer. This is one of my priorities, making sure that pensions are here for today and for the future, because let's face it, the people in the city who have done the right thing, sanitation workers, firefighters, police officers, teachers, they deserve to know that at the end of the day, there'll be a little nest egg for them because they sacrifice so much for the city. My job is to make sure the money's in the bank.
We love you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Before we go, is there another project that you're working on that we don't know about that you want to just give us a little hint on?
I'll tell you, we're doing a lot of stuff. But I think over time, I think you're going to see us being much more aggressive. You know, part of my job is to work with the mayor, make sure that we market bonds, keep the fiscal integrity of the city, work on the budget. But I'm also the auditor-in-chief. We have to investigate. We have to root out waste and fraud. We have to make sure that every tax dollar is accounted for, because at the end of the day, every dollar I save is going to go to an after-school program. It's going to make sure our children have an opportunity. And now at my age, I have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old.
I heard.
And so I got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But I worry about my babies the same way every
Sure.
grandparent worries about those babies, every parent worries about it. And it comes down to making sure there are resources for all our children in the city.
We love you and thank you for your service.
Good to see you.
Auditor-in-Chief. Auditor-in-Chief. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. New York City Comptroller Scott Stringer. Thank you so much.
Honor to be on the show.
Always a pleasure to see you, too.
Great to see you.
All right, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us, and you, our viewer, for tuning in and checking it all out. If you missed any part of today's show, you can tune into Recablecast at 5 and 10 p.m. and watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org, or you can catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with our host, Darren Jaime. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. From all of us here at BronxNet and 107.5 WBLS, we love you all. Have a great day. Peace.
Thank you.